touch on the current standings. Kitchener is currently 1 win, hasn't dropped a game yet. And Markham is 1 loss, 1 win. So Markham is looking to take a W here to hopefully progress through the group stage, and then they might be able to knock out Kitchener while along the way.
Yeah, so there's a lot of teams that have 2-0'd. Some teams got to buy. Team Kitchener has a lot to prove right now. And, you know, they performed really well past game.
Yeah.
We saw the Caitlyn, and she went, like, PDIE really, really quickly. And she got into late game. She got 2 quadra kills.
Is that Wrath and Denki?
No. So this was Atriel on Caitlyn. 2 quadra kills, 1 game. There were nearly 2 pentas, but, you know, someone wasn't feeling merciful. There were some kill steals there. They wanted the glory. And, in fact, it was the Veigar on his team, their mid laner, dropping those ultimates and one-shotting Aries on the opposing team. So, an interesting pick here. Now, we have Jinx on blue team and Vayne on red team. So, this will probably be Atriel again playing Jinx. Vayne.
Hyper carry.
Yeah.
I do want to touch on a little bit. I love to mention who is kind of the highest elo on each team, so people can kind of get a mental picture of like, okay, so who's got the smarts, who's got the brains here on Team Markham, which is the blue side over here. We've got Vensu as the highest elo player, obviously diamond player, and on Kitchener we have a modified and 7th Eye Heaven really up there as far as elo goes, and we're going to be really looking at them to guide the team, guide these recruits into the army, and make sure that they face up against the opposition very well. We do have the Scion locked in, as well as the Jinx for Markham. Teemo being hovered there, obviously not the most optimal choice.
Why not? Why not? Hey, Teemo works.
We are just working out a few kinks. We will show the champ select screen in a little bit. Just sit tight and look at our beautiful faces while we talk. Diana, Veigar, and Darius being banned for Team Markham.
So those are directed bans.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Or
they spell DVD.
It's been a while since we've used DVDs. That's all I'm gonna say, Simo. But why not? Riven, Shaco, and Renekton on the other side again targeted bans. And you know what we've seen recently? A lot of games where teams lost. Was because they didn't skip the opposing team.
Yeah.
They banned Darius's, they banned Veigar's, they banned Gangplank. They went for common bans. And what's happening now is these teams have both won a few games, and they're realizing that you want to target these players. And I think that's the right thing to do here. You can ban Gangplank, but if they don't play Gangplank, you can't first time Gangplank pull it out and win the game.
Sometimes banning the OPs does prove to be useful, but as far as some teams are concerned, you know, banning out a Lulu or Morgana might have saved you quite a bit of trouble. As we progress into, you know, the pick and ban, we did have the Thresh and Vayne locked in, but Gragas and Gnar being picked up, that's going to be really crucial for disengaging or, you know, changing the tides of a fight, essentially. The Gnar pickup is going to be really essential to locking down some core players and being a heavy front line. And then Gragas, if things get a little messy, he's going to be there to disengage. They have a Kali hovered over now. That might be a comfort pick for their mid laner. But as we do have locked in Amumu and Orianna for Team Markham. So the final composition is Jinx, Scion, Janna, Amumu, and Orianna. A little bit of a team fight composition.
Yeah, definitely very team-oriented. So you want to get Amumu in there, and you want to drop that Ori ult, and just have Scion kind of run in there, get Jinx on the backline, just throw her rockets, right?
But here's the catch.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You ready to catch? Blue Jays, pitch the ball. This is a protect the Jinx comp.
Yes, it is.
Because we've got the Janna shield, we got the command protect from Orianna. They're looking to protect Jinx, and that might be their core player. Maybe we're going to see Vensu, their highest elo player, play that Jinx, or maybe somebody else is more comfortable on that Jinx. But it's generally a protect the Jinx comp. They've got great peel and frontline soak coming out from Amumu and Scion.
definitely. They have a lot of CC. They have knockups. They have knockbacks. They have stuns. They have Ori ultimate. You know, Scion's ultimate. I love when a Scion ultimate lands. But look at the other team. They've got a Protect the Vayne comp.
Yep.
They have Gragas to peel for her.
A little bit. A little bit.
They have Gnar to Gnar for her. Obviously, Thresh's Lantern, Thresh's ultimate, Lulu ultimate. So they're really focused on getting Vayne into the game and having her hyper carry. And Vayne's a great pick against a Scion. You know, Scion doesn't have anything to stick onto you.
I think the key here for Vayne in this composition is the fact that they're looking for jungle fights. They're looking for fights in a narrow hallway or around the dragon pit, somewhere where they can get Gnar to isolate some potential threats.
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
Then,
yeah,
and then Gragas will separate this, separate the safety in numbers, and then Vayne will be able to pick off some essential players. Really, Vayne will be able to pick off some essential players, and as a result, they're looking at a pick composition here. Not like there is a protective Vayne comp, yeah, with Lulu and Thresh being able to keep her safe, but with the Gragas and the Gnar, they're really looking to, disrupt the feng shui of Team Markham. They're looking to disturb the balance of the Janna and the Orianna. They're looking to make a rattle in their.
Oh my god. Alright, so it looks like we're having a few issues with the stream. The client isn't showing up, so we will fix that in a second. But meanwhile, let's talk about level 1 here. So we do have purple teams. Level 1, they have the Thresh Hook, they have the Lulu slow, they have Gnar slow, they have Gragas slow. They have a lot of slows, but no hard CC other than the Thresh Hook. Looking at blue team, they don't really have much, do they? They have Janna knockup, but Janna normally wants to go shield level 1. You have the Scion knockup, but you have to be sitting in the bush and charge that up for a good second or two before it goes there. Amumu would not want to start Q, so I've done that on Amumu. I've started Q to kind of, we see a potential pick. It really hurts your jungle.
Yeah. You would need a hard leash or a double jungle alongside the Scion. But you're absolutely right. Blue team does have an incredibly weak level 1. If purple team, a.k.a. Team Kitchener, decide to step foot in the enemy jungle, they have great pick potential with a Thresh Hook. And, Gnar's generally start Q, so he's going to be able to get another slow. They just definitely have a great level 1. And, to top things off, Amumu's not going to start Bandage at level 1.
No,
if you force him to, great. Kudos to you. You've got, gold sticker, you've been paying attention in class. It's great because Amumu is going to fall behind. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Team Kitchener definitely has the level 1 advantage, but we have yet to see a team actually use their level 1 advantage.
Yeah, so for now, all the games we have seen, people have been playing really passive. They drop their wards level 1, and they don't really go for any first bloods. They don't want to fight. They don't want to do anything of the sort. Simo getting his good looks into there, huh?
You can slide on in, man. There's more than enough room for the both of us.
All right. So we should be in game soon. Hopefully we can get our stream fix. And
if not, we can paint a picture for you guys. We got a
whiteboard.
We got some markers. We're ready to go.
Oh my god! All right.
There's been a couple of teams that I gotta mention here.
Yeah.
So far in this tournament, there's Team Milton, which has been doing wonders. There's Team Pickering, which has been doing wonders. Guelph is definitely up there as well, as is Danky Nugs and Rath's team. I don't recall what their actual.
I think they were Team Barry or Team Vaughn.
Team Vaughn. You're absolutely right, Team Vaughn. There are a few teams that are more than stellar and more than capable of taking home the victory. I think for all of you watching at home or you're on site cheering on your friends, the quarterfinals and the semis are going to be the most intense I've ever cast in my entire life. Like the teams, the highest of caliber coming up here. George Brown College, Solo Q Legends 3. We're only in group stage and we're already seeing people add the paprika to their Subway sandwich. It's getting real spicy.
Where's your habanero?
Where's the habanero sauce?
That's what
Exactly.
I have not had the pleasure of casting with Seema all day today. I was really looking forward to this, and he's already started on this puns, I guess.
But you know, we're gonna cool it off with some ice cream at around 3 o'clock. Yes, you heard it here first, folks. Ice cream truck making his way downtown, walking around. He's gonna be giving out free ice cream to the first 40 players, as we see here.
All right, they're going for the invade, though.
Exactly.
This is some exciting stuff. Mumu is starting bot side, and you know what?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Did they walk over the ward there?
I think they might have snuck past it, but they won't see a Mumu if they go to his red, and they might think that he's at blue. The red team really needs to think here. They need to think. If they don't think, then they're going in. They get the red buff. They scout the red buff. Okay, maybe he's not here. Maybe he's not here. You know what? Let's back up. Exactly. Nobody starts red anymore, guys. It's not a thing. And I think they were expecting him to be there. So rather,
I think they were just hoping for like
maybe catch somebody out. Yeah, you're right. Maybe catch somebody out. Yeah. But
Amumus are known to start blue.
Yeah, or that. But I think that the reason why he didn't start blue side is because I think Sion wants to get. He wants to get the early level 2.
Yeah,
I think he's going to want to do wolves. Or is he going to do blue? No. He's going to do... Wait. No, he's going to go to lane. He wanted to make...
He does have teleports.
He really wanted... He wanted Amumu to be safe, so he scouted the blue. That's what he did. He waited there a little longer to make sure that there was no invade. However, he's going to be really behind in lane as Gnar and Gragas are sharing XP. And I don't know. I think it'll even out.
Yeah.
For sure.
So best way to beat an Amumu is counter. Amumu is a really weak move, and that's how you win the lane. Rockets being fired onto Vayne, and it's just purely range advantage. That is Jinx's power early game. She has a power and totally in this lane. Let's see how that works out. What do you think? This lane, who does it go to?
I think with the range that Jinx has, all they need is a little confidence and a little love, and they'll be able to make some magic in the bot lane. I think Vayne always lacks confidence because she's not able to punish as well, right? And with the Storm Shield coming out from Jen, it's going to be very difficult for Vayne to make anything float her way. You know, it's going to be very difficult for her to create any advantage, and Jinx is going to start to snowball slowly. And as we can see here, Amumu's making his way down to the bot lane to see if he can get a pick. So as you can see here, he lands the bandage toss. Great play coming out from Thresh, but he gets caught in a trap and has to flash out to get to safety. Ooh, but the return hook from Daigo, and the return damage is detrimental to Jinx's health.
Wow, that was a lot of damage. So she got the Silver Bolt off, and enhanced the auto attack on Q. Really good trade for her, I think. It definitely puts Vayne ahead. What do you think? Does a lot of damage onto Jinx. Vayne still has a good fair amount of health.
That is true, and she does still have the potion, 3-wheel motion, but I think that Amumu he might make his way back down. Oh, he didn't even get his blue buff. This guy's a nice guy. He got 2 camps or 3 camps and then made his way bot to help out a buddy. And
well, I imagine they've scouted before.
Maybe, potentially. Whoa, Modified getting a little bit low in the mid lane. I've been watching the harass continue and continue, and now Gragas has been called upon for help.
This is interesting. Gnar is level 3, even though he double jumped.
I don't think he was able to soak that much XP because
he wasn't able to get the experience. That's exactly what I wanted to point out.
Ooh, Vensu in a little bit of trouble. Gragas showing up in the mid lane to kind of punish Orianna for overstepping a little bit.
Very even game so far, though. Everyone is just passively.
Lanes are even, yeah. Oh, maybe not. Canucks in a little bit of trouble. Exhaust coming out. Atrial being exhausted as well, but condemned to safety. Both teams. Oh, but Gragas is actually waiting in the tri-bush for his opportunity. Waiting for Jinx to get a little bit overextended. Here he comes. The Gragas gank is his time to shine. Pops the ward. Canucks in a little bit of trouble. Gonna sacrifice herself First blood going over to Vayne.
That's interesting. Haggis didn't even get an assist on that.
It's fine.
I guess the experience is more than enough for him.
It's a mental assist. It's a mental assist. In his mind, he's got that +1.
Vayne didn't try to escape there. She just kind of let it happen.
Ooh, Hentai Kami-sama getting the bandage onto Zombie Boy 1, but Flash having to be burned. That's good. Amumu's walking around burning summoner spells, but Gragas currently, he's just been lucky. He's just been at the right place at the right time. Ganked Orianna, punishes extremely well. Made his way to the bot lane, extremely beautiful punish. Gets the +1 for Vayne. So far, both junglers, right place, right time, making magic.
All right, let's see. Nar started off with 2 cloth armors. This is what he did previously as well against Aurelia, and I can understand that against Aurelia you want to play passive, you want to be safe. Aurelia has a really strong early game. Against Sion, 2 cloth armors, I'm not really feeling it. I think going for the Black Cleaver would have been a much better pick in my opinion. You get that movement speed, you keep dropping those W's, and you do magic damage to Sion. And that's how you punish him. Doesn't look like he'll be able to win this lane from what I've seen so far.
Personally, I think Sion is really easy to play. I'm just going to go out and say it, guys. Sion's pretty easy to play. And I don't think there's a whole lot you can do wrong, only if you don't ward. And as a result, he's being punished for it. He's trying to make his way out. Great body slam coming out from Gragas. Smite used to slow him down. One more auto is going to do it. Zombie Boy picks up the kill. I mean, Sion's not hard to play, but if you're not warding, nothing is that.
You don't have an escape 3-6. You want to play passive, but there were no wards there. Gragas came up there, saw that Sion was pushed. He, abused positioning, and that was great. Nar jumped ahead, got the slows, got the kill on there. That's perfectly, that's exactly what they wanted. And,
currently,
Gragas pulling his team a bit ahead, slowly, game by game.
I was just about to say they're inching away from the opposition.
Yeah.
And
so there's about a 1,000 gold lead.
The thing is, like, with the protected Jinx comp that has the potential to be flexible as a team fight composition, they don't really care about being that behind, because a team fight composition just pretty much means that you can come back at any moment if you get a solid team fight, and I think they can really, really get that done.
Oh yeah, of course. There's a lot of combo potential here. You get the Amumu, you get the Ori. You time it right. Let's see. Blue buff transferred to Lulu. Going into mid lane, just poking. Wow, that is a lot of damage on Lulu's Q.
They're actually both building the same thing. They're both going into Athene's Unholy Grail.
Well, there's a lot of magic damage on both teams.
That is true.
Amumu and Ori,
I just
Gragas and Lulu.
I'm not exactly sure Athene's Unholy Grail is a super viable item anymore. Like, yeah, I understand if you build it sometimes, but I don't really think Orianna really needs it. Like, Lulu sometimes is even prone to building Moral Lanomicon, whatever, however you pronounce that savage item.
Yes,
but generally, it's good, and there's a lot of healing on team. There's a lot of healing on team Markham. Sion with this passive, when he gets popped, he gets a lot of lifesteal. I believe so. Yeah, I think so. And then there's the heal, the Monsoon. There's the Summoner spell from Jinx. There's a lot to help you out here, but
yeah, no, Morello would definitely be a good item, but I think they're going for the magic resist. Really, is what they want here. Amumu just does so much damage, and if this Amumu goes AP, I've seen so many scary moves. We were discussing this earlier, but you go AP Amumu, you go the Sheen upgrade on the jungle item.
Of course, Jackson was talking about Amumu.
Yes, he was.
Of course he was.
And you get the Rylai's, you just cry people's head.
Yeah.
You gotta respect him. He did go Cinderhawk. Okay, so he's looking to...
They need a front line. They absolutely need a front line. I do think that the only item I would pick up on Amumu is either Rylai's or Abyssal Scepter. It's kind of like a 2-in-1 combination. You get a defensive item as well as a damage item. But I do see him probably building like a Locket next, or potentially Randuin's to not let Vayne really get, you know, too much damage onto Amumu.
Yeah, so there are two thought processes to beat Vayne. Either you can go a lot of AP and just nuke her, get that stun on her, get the ultimate, and she's done. Or you can build tank. Personally, I would go tank.
Oh yeah,
because I do have my damage healers. I have Orianna, I have Jinx.
But you see, the thing about Orianna is it's going to be a long time before she starts spiking up. You know, she decided to go for a low damage build, but you know, heavy on the icing later in the game, right? Like the cake is only being baked very, very slowly for Orianna here, as is Lulu as well. Both mid laners need really, really key items to be strong, right? Lulu needs, you know, maybe like a Rabadons and a Zanyas to get a huge wild growth, right? It has to be huge, right? For Orianna, Orianna, same thing. A big shockwave is relied upon great damage, right?
But Ori is a damage mid, whereas Lulu is
she can still do some pretty hefty damage.
Yeah, of course she can do damage, but Lulu is a utility mid laner.
But still, to be
not as gold intensive. To
be utility useful, like I mean, like yeah, your wild growth is gonna be great. It's gonna be effective. But the more AP you have, the more survivability your AD carry will have.
Of course, no arguing with that.
Yeah.
But Lulu has been considered one of the less gold intensive mid laners.
No,
you still
for
get
sure.
the knockup. You still have a shield. The slow is ridiculous, and the move speed buff really good, or the transform into a critter is really strong. You know, I'd love to see more action this game though. Everyone's being extremely passive.
Ooh, Lamborghini. Gonna have to turn on the Lamborghini. Vroom vroom. 1v1. I love seeing wet noodle fights. I mean, as much as I love seeing you know, bruiser fights with like Garen, Fiora, or like Gangplank and Darius, I love seeing two giant, you know, gorillas just hit each other in the face and nothing happens. It's just like this endless fight that will go on forever. And these guys are never going to get the better of each other unless there's jungle pressure. That's just how a tank top battle works, essentially. But later on in the game, these guys are going to be key elements for their teams as the front lines. And, you know, Gnar is going to be forced to make more plays than Sion, right? Sion's not going to be relied upon as much as Gnar will be. So it's key that Gragas makes his rounds up there.
That's one of the problems a lot of Sions have. They can't land their ultimates, and so they don't try to be the initiator. But that is a ridiculously long stun on the ultimate. If you get a full-scale stun, and then you knock them up, it's like continuous 3 seconds of crowd control.
Yeah.
And with an Amumu, if Amumu ultimates and Sion can rush in, that gives Jinx enough time to gun down some opponents. We'll have to see though, because Gnar has a great ultimate, and if he has good synergy with his team, I don't see why not. He could definitely make great plays.
Let me tell you what I think. I think time is ticking for... It's slowly starting to tick away for Team Kitchener. You know, Markham has a composition that as the game goes on, it's only going to get better. You know, the icing is only going to taste sweeter. You know, the alcohol is only going to ferment a lot nicer for Team Markham. But for Kitchener, you gotta make plays now. You know, I would have loved to see an invade onto Amumu. He's just getting free farm at this point.
There's no one stopping Amumu, which is unfortunate. Gragas definitely has the escape mechanism on his body slam. He could invade the jungle.
What I would have done if I was Gragas is pick a lane and choke the vision and just camp. And you know, the fact that you came mid lane and you got some good damage onto Orianna, you made her shake in her boots. You could have done that again and again and again, because Vensu is their most highest elo player. You know, if you want modified to get a good standing, you don't give him a blue buff. Well, you do, but you camp his lane. You choke the vision. You make sure that Orianna is not able to get ahead, because look, they're standing toe to toe. Wouldn't you like to see your Lulu have an advantage? Of course you would.
Yeah,
that means that your Vayne is able to get an advantage. Everything spills over. But unfortunately, Gragas is kind of just like, where do I gank? You know, he's trying to find his footing right now. And
So,
it's hurting. It's hurting Kitchener.
What a lot of teams have done is they've put their diamond players against lower yellow players so they can get a solid advantage. We haven't seen that this game. They put them in the mid lane, both against each other, and see which diamond player is better. That's a very interesting tactic.
They're actually so even right now.
Yeah,
it
they're
hurts.
perfectly even in farm. 160 to 160, 0, 0, and 0. Both of them have their summoners up. It's a very passive game.
I think they both really wanted a passive early game, and as the mid game progresses, we're going to start seeing some more interesting fights. As Gragas and Amumu tend to focus a lot of their attention towards that bot lane. They have made their rounds there a couple of times. And it works because Thresh gets good lanterns. He's able to, you know, create great opportunities. Whoa! Ganuk's in a little bit of trouble. Getting ooh, that was close. Close tornado to stop Vayne from escaping, but
attempt on the tornado.
Heal used by Jinx to get out of there, though.
So that was a pure 1v1.
Yeah.
That was Jinx showing her dominance on Vayne. And you know, Jinx is becoming pretty scary. She has Blade of the Rune King. She has 150 CS. She's 30 CS ahead of Jinx.
Yeah.
And Jinx couldn't retaliate there. Gragas getting pushed around by Vensu here.
I don't like the pickup by... It kind of works on Gnar, but at this point you're going to need some magic resist ASAP. And I think he's going into Merc Treads, which is pretty good. But it really, you know, Gnar in this case, I feel like he's definitely one of the people to look at. I keep talking about Gnar, but it's really important what he builds. Is he going Brutalizer? When is it going to happen? What's your first item? Because I feel like, you know, Vayne's going to be able to make plays, but once we get to a stage where Amumu, Orianna, and Janna peel, Gnar is going to be the one to decide which way the fight goes. Gnar and Gragas for sure, because Vayne can only do so much until she's until they push her away or they let her go or whatever the case may be. But looks like we might have two fights in two different places. Vensu in a little bit of trouble being pushed to safety, but Gragas actually flashes for it. Ooh, great command protect, and in the bot lane, and Mumu tried to get the gank onto Vayne, but was unsuccessful.
Finally, some aggression. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off. And wet noodle fight again, top lane. Looks like Mumu wants to stay around bot lane. Atriel's getting a bit of a lead. It looks like Mumu wants to punish him for that.
All right, the key here is that both top laners have TP. So if Dragon is on the menu, the buffet is open to everyone, not just everybody. Oh, Mumu and Orianna having a little bit of a tango class in the mid lane. Shockwave used onto Mr. Modified, but not going to be enough. And Kami Sama and Vensu, close but no cigar.
No. And wow, they're still equal in CS, 190 to 191.
That was a good gank. Flash actually burned by Lulu, so now that they know that that's down, they can maybe make a return gank. However, it's crucial to note that Amumu doesn't have his ultimate, so that means that Dragon might be something of contest for Team Kitchener. Yeah, this is the time.
Dragon, right? Sorry. Vayne's there. You have the 3 procs on Silver Bolts. You have Smite on Gragas, and you have Blade of the Rune King on Vayne as well. It would be a perfect time to come on Dragon. Ult down. Good top lane aggression here, but again, just a wet noodle fight.
Ooh, actually Gnar getting a little bit of damage. Fortunately for him, fortunately for Sion, he does have Frozen Heart, which is going to make Gnar have nightmares for the rest of his life.
It's not that scary.
No, I mean the attack speed is going to be reduced, and he's not going to be able to. Ooh, the noodle continues. I really want to see, you know, more pressure come out from both junglers, and Amumu has spent a lot of time waiting, and he's a patient jungler, and I commend him for that. But I would love to see maybe some counter jungling.
Yeah, no. Amumu's getting a lot of wards, though. He's afraid of getting invaded, and that's a smart thing to do. You get those pinks, you get those greens, and you control your jungle, and that's worked for him. This is just a late game. I think one explosive fight, and we'll see what happens. And both these teams know it, so they're playing passive, they're playing slow. They want to get to a point where they're confident. It looks like Nar's slowly pulling ahead of Sion in terms of damage. Does drop the stun there.
So far, 20 minutes in, both teams are kind of throwing fists at each other back and forth. Almost took the mid lane turret. But
yeah, there have been a lot of attempted fights, just nothing solid to follow through.
Absolutely.
Vayne pulling ahead by 40 CS on Jinx though. And she has the boots and the Zeeks, whereas Jinx only an Infinity Edge, gone for the average blade.
She's actually got a 1k gold lead over Jinx, which is actually, in my opinion, not as substantial, especially when Amumu keeps trying to pressure this bot lane. Ooh, hook used onto Amumu, getting lots of damage done. Sion in the top lane, tangoing with Gnar, but Gnar seems to get the better of him and actually dodges a lot of the abilities. Ooh, Sion's actually in a little bit of trouble. Ultimate used by Gnar. Sion gonna pop the shield, actually gonna walk away, hopefully. In the bot lane, we do see Daigo getting the hook onto Jinx, but ultimate and flash used by Janna. Ooh, great pickup by Atriel, but here comes Amumu, actually missing the bandage toss. Gragas coming in down, so's Lulu. Sion, why did you TP with no HP? I'm not exactly sure what you're doing. Here's the huge ultimate coming out from Kami-sama, but will it be enough? No, it won't. Gnar gonna slow him down. Great flay come out from Thresh. No flash available for Amumu. Sion just completely whiffs everybody. Field goal. Pops his passive, and that's gonna be a great fight going over to Kitchener.
So
that's what we were waiting and waiting and waiting, and the explosion finally occurred with Kitchener taking the lead on that one. They're going to be able to get a dragon off of this as well. Maybe even a turret if they decide to rotate towards the mid lane. But it's not to say that Markham still doesn't have a chance.
How pissed would you be if you were Jinx right now? You missed your ult on a ward they were all getting. There was no reason for that to miss.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a huge misplay by Jinx. If we think about what happened there, they got the exhaust on Vayne. While Vayne was exhausted, Jinx was just running away. She got no autos off. Did nothing to retaliate. That was just extremely unfortunate. Hopefully we can get a replay of this soon. But meanwhile, that was easy dragon for Red Team. Good 5 kills for them. And 3k gold lead.
Let's actually get a replay of that just so you guys can see what's the deal here. So, like you said, exhaust on both AD carries. We fast forward here a little bit. Janna was caught out. Vayne forcing the flash. Amumu comes in, but he misses the bandage toss. I'm not exactly sure why Sion was teleporting in here, but they try to continue the fight. Gragas shows up, tosses the barrel. They try to turn around the fight, but here comes a TP from Gnar, and this is where things just go sour. Red team is able to fend off Team Markham, and then Sion, not exactly sure what he was doing there, and then just falls towards the Vayne. That was bad decision. That was just a bad decision.
Very messy from Sion, of course, and Vayne really capitalized there. 3-0-0 Vayne, 230 farm. That is 50 ahead of Jinx. Like I mentioned before, Atriel pulled out a great Caitlyn, and now he's showing us his flexibility, playing a really strong Vayne. We'll see where this goes for him, but looks like these guys are aiming for the prize this game. All their games are extremely solid.
I've seen Atriel's name before, and from what I can tell, he is an incredibly solid player, and he's going to be putting his team on his back. You know, he didn't come here to play League of Legends. This is a workout, a shoulder workout. He did leg day the other day. Today's shoulders, and this is
these boys.
Yeah, he's definitely carrying, and he's gonna, like you said earlier, he was playing this. He was playing a mean Caitlyn, and now Vayne is the flavor of the hour for Atriel.
Before they get ice cream.
Yeah, before they get ice cream.
I think standing back and throwing rockets at her.
I think Atriel's favorite ice cream flavor is vanilla. I'm just taking a shot in the dark.
I would say her favorite flavor is Jinx or Jin.
Whoa, whoa! I didn't know ice cream trucks carry Jinx. I bet that's a little chaotic. But that ice cream is all over the place. We see.
Wow, great 3 proc auto and.
Well, she's got PD. She's able to crit. It's gonna hurt a lot. Kragus is waiting in the wings. They're probably gonna tower dive this, but Amumu is waiting off to the side. His ultimate is up, so he's gonna be able to save Jinx if things get a little hairy. He's just waiting patiently. Kragus knows that they better back off.
A lot of aggression going on in this bot lane. I was hoping to see some action mid lane, but that was extremely passive. Everything revolving around this Vayne and this Jinx. Jinx, for some reason, hasn't bought boots yet. If she gets caught, she will be in for a world of hurt. I think she's hoping that with the crit chance, she can just protect her. If she gets protected by her front line, drop the crits from far away, get something. The boots are extremely vital. So I don't know how smart of a move that is.
The key here is that the mid game is going to be a little rough for Markham, but if they can wait it out and group, because they haven't grouped yet. That's the key here. They haven't grouped. Once it's going to be a full-on 5v5, we will be able to determine who's actually got the lead. I mean, of course, there's a 4K gold lead. Vayne's just completely, you know, turned the key on the ignition and is rolling, ready to go. But once the team fight phase happens, Sion hasn't been at any fights. You know, well, he did kind of just whiff everybody in that last fight.
He was there that
But
fight,
once we have a full HP 5v5 fight, we'll be able to see who's really got the lead, because Orianna hasn't shown up to any fights at all. She's been in mid lane, farming up, has the Rabadons, building the Void Staff next. So, gonna be able to do a lot of damage. And Lichbane being built on Lulu, interesting purchase.
Interesting pick.
Yeah.
What are you thinking there? She wants to drop those autos? Like, Lulu's suddenly gone from utility to trying to kill people. That's interesting.
I think she's got a great combination, and I'm not exactly sure how Lichbane works as far as, because you know her passive is that she has like 4 auto attacks. It's kind of hard to explain, but her fairy auto attacks for her as well. I wonder if Lichbane has any kind of anything, if they have any relationship there at all.
No, nothing of the sort. I think she's looking to drop the Q, get the slow, and then drop.
I think she just wants to do damage because, ooh, Sion in a little bit of trouble. Pops his ultimate. Will he get Gnar? Gets the knock-up. TP actually coming in from Lulu. They're going to turn this fight around. Kami-sama kind of zoning out Gnar and Lulu from being able to get in there. While this is going on, Thresh and Gragas are in the enemy jungle, picking up the red buff, getting as much of an advantage as they can. They get the hook. Whoa, flash coming out from Gragas, not going to be enough. They almost get the pick up onto Jinx. This is just really...
Into the wall,
yeah, he flashed into the wall.
He did not know what was up there.
This is really, really tight for Markham. Yeah. They're going to need to think quickly. Sion's stuck. He's up against the wall. Modified gets the kill, but this is the part where he turns things around, hopefully being able to just kind of fend them off as long as he can while, you know, his team is kind of dancing around Dragon. Lulu, no TP. Gnar, however, does have TP. I'm curious what happens here. They actually pick up the turret in the mid lane.
Well, mid-tower trade for top tower, it's not right, but she already lost mid-tower before. Ori TPing top for some reason. Not sure why. Looking to get a kill. No, she doesn't even know she's in the bush. That was...
She was just looking to defend.
Teleport.
She was just trying to fend them off because they knew that they would keep pushing, but this is bad. Yeah, it's a bad call from Bensu. This is Kitchener looking to take the dragon.
This would be the time you want to fight. They're all getting damaged by the turret. Who goes in? Ultimate.
Ooh, Sion's actually here. He's ready to party. Tries to land the Q. Gragas avoids the knock-up. They're chunking down the dragon. Here's the ultimate. TP going. Blue team steals the dragon. Daigo in a little bit of trouble. Gets Curse of the Sad Mummy completely locked down. Jamming gets the pick up onto Thresh. Vayne's on a rampage. Wild Growth used. Double kill going out for Team Kitchener and Vayne. Oh, they continue to chase Bensu. Huge shockwave, but is it going to be enough? Not enough. Here comes Zombie Boy. He gets the slow. Knock up. Sion going to try to save as much as he can. Atrial is dominating, a force to be reckoned with, and a clean ace for Team Kitchener.
And that was what I was talking about. Why was Orianna top lane? Why did you teleport there? That's not what you want to do in your team. You were the strongest player on your team.
Yeah.
And you left him to die?
Yeah.
That shockwave, that was a 4-man shockwave. She could have done that sooner. And Jinx, stand there, use her abilities, drop her ultimate, get the damage off. But no. She got 10 minions in top lane.
Wow. That was... You know, the thing about teamfight compositions is they should never rule them out. You know, Amumu and Orianna is a deadly combo, and they can definitely come back. Amumu got a beautiful ultimate. If Orianna was there, they would have won that fight.
Oh, for sure. Amumu got the ultimate.
Yeah.
He got the dragon.
Yeah.
Scion was there.
Yeah.
He got the ultimate. He tanked minions. Janna didn't do a very good job healing, but she tried. And Jinx did get her chompers off on a few people.
Yeah.
Just needed Orianna to ultimate. She was there.
If Kitchener continues to play like this, if they continue to separate Team Markham and they're able to get these advantages in the fight by separating the members, then they're going to win the game for sure. It's 1-11, Ray.
Yeah.
It's 1-11.
No, at this moment.
I mean, so the win conditions for Markham is to get a solid fight. They can still do that. They're not behind in any meet. They are behind, well, but like a team fight is like has its own value.
Of course, no. Orianna has a death cap. She has an Athene's.
Yeah.
And she has a void staff.
And Janna has Zeke's.
On that.
And Janna has Zeke's.
Yeah.
So Jinx will be able to do.
Jinx will have 100% crit chance.
Yeah, she'll be popping. She's sponsored by Freshco. She's too fresh right now. But the problem here is.
Oh, Theo, you're an entertaining man.
The problem here is that Kitchener is just dominating right now. They're doing everything right and nothing wrong. Only one death, and that's on the support. That's what you call a close to perfect game.
Yeah, definitely.
And the kill that was on the support was by the enemy support. So you're rolling in dough right now. You're making a pizza and you're making it delicious.
I'd like a pizza.
But yeah, I know we're hungry here. That's why we got the food puns to keep us from starving. We get paid in fans and you guys watching and having a blast, but get paid in entertainment. I hope we're entertaining you guys here at George Brown Campus, Solo Queue Legends 3. We got Team Markham and Kitchener in the group stage, sieging the turret.
All right, we have ultimates on Ori. We have ultimates on Amumu, but Jinx and Janna are bot lane.
Ooh, 2 bot. This is spicy.
They might be able to wave clear, but not for long. The siege is there from red team. They have the Dragus barrels.
They don't really have the siege because they're not going to be able to get close to the turret. The wave clear from Orianna is gorgeous. It's doing wonders for them right now, and red team is just kind of at a standstill until Lulu joins the party. She woke up late. TTC is running off schedule, and she's not able to make it there on time. But
that sounds like my life.
That sounds like your life. Yeah. Jinx and Janna are still in class. What are they doing in the bot lane? This is, but you know, this is just a weird call. Red team had to recall.
They got
that was weird.
They got a tower off of that.
Yeah, but top lane was easy to get. Come on. I mean, Scion, it was already prepped. Nar was able to push it down. But
I'm talking about Jinx.
Oh yeah. That was that was
worth for them.
That was worth. Yeah, for sure.
They took the advantage from 10,000 down to 8,000.
Yeah.
So something there. All right, let's see what their plan is now. They could try to dance around Baron. Jinx does have a lot of items right now. It does have the Infinity Edge, it does have the Zeke's, and the Last Whisper. She's definitely not behind in items, so to speak.
Yeah.
If she gets good positioning, there is no reason for her not to kill the entire enemy team. I'm looking forward to the next team fight. It should be great.
Yeah. Both.
Looks like it might be around Dragon.
There are 3 TPs available. Nar, Orianna, and Scion. Scion's pushing in the top lane. He's going to be able to get a nice, solid TP. Amumu's going to have to be the front line. He actually built Abyssal Scepter, which I'm not a fan of because they need the front line. They really desperately need the front line. And I think his next item is Righteous Glory. I'm not exactly sure what's on his mind, but maybe
Righteous Glory would work if you want to initiate.
It would, but you need a Frozen Heart or something right now, or a Thornmail. Like, you just need it. You just need it. Like, they're like.
I think they're giving that responsibility to Sion. Notice how he has a Warmogs. He's got the Frozen Heart.
The rule of thumb is if you're losing, you build tank. Nar's winning, so what'd he do? He built a Black Cleaver. He's stomping. He doesn't need any more you know, items. He doesn't need any more. He does need items, but he doesn't need any more defensive stats because he's already rolling. But
he's definitely rolling. That's
yeah,
for sure.
He's definitely rolling. But Amumu and Sion are a little bit behind, and having some more tank items would definitely help. Abyssal Scepter is great and all, and would make Oriana's ultimate. You know, I understand why he built it. I do, but I just think that
there is a synergy there.
They just Amumu just needs to survive a little longer, just a little bit longer, and Abyssal Scepter is not gonna make that happen. Ooh, it's a little bit tight. They're actually on the upswing, trying to turn it around. Sion's a little bit caught out. Jinx is trying to turn it around. Daigo taking a little bit too much damage. Vensu.
Now. That would be.
This is the time. Amumu pops the bandage toss.
This is the bandage toss. That's what he needed.
It's going to be a bandage miss.
There was a lot of damage from Oriana. That was 1 QW.
Yeah. She's incredibly farmed.
Yeah.
Incredibly farmed right now. These guys have just been farming all day. 300 CS on both AD carries and 400 CS on both mid laners, only 36 minutes in. That is more than 10 CS per minute. That is more. Yeah, wait, am I right? Yeah, that is more than 10 CS per minute. It's a ridiculous amount. Ooh, but the Baron call. Ooh, Jinx is going to have to use the ultimate to scout it out. She doesn't, though. She puts it on pause. Amumu waiting in the wings. That was a great call. That was a great call. They had the vision.
Yeah, they had vision on Jinx.
They had the vision.
She was at red buff. They're like, let's go for it right now. And gun it down with Vayne and 400 farm Lulu. Nar with the black clear. That was ridiculous. That was disgusting. Vayne getting red buff as well now. This game has suddenly gotten a lot more difficult for blue team after that Baron pickup. Looks like they were trying to slow down the game, and red team just wasn't having any of it. They wanted to take the objective. Like, okay, you can sit back and farm. We'll just take everything else in this jungle.
I think right now it's crucial that red team does siege up or find an opportunity to decide to pick on the bot lane and the mid lane, kind of like a little bit of a split push. Lulu does have TP available, so she's going to be pushing in that bot lane while the rest of the team groups up in the mid lane. It's key. Ooh. Okay. Sion gets...
Sion just touching him with the tip of his axe saying, I am here.
Rule of thumb is Sion can't really hide in a bush. He's a big lumberjack. Yeah, forest is not his forte. Janna and Sion in the bot lane, whereas Jinx and Oriana in the mid lane. That's kind of a decent pairing because Jinx and Oriana are going to be able to wave clear fairly well, while Lulu, is not going to be able to fare up against Sion that well. This is crucial right now. Oh, ultimate used by Gragas. What will become of it? Hook misses.
There was no follow-up there, and now would be a good time for blue team to engage.
Oriana decides to back up. This bot lane turret is going to fall. What I would do if I was Team Kitchener would be rotate bot lane to get that Sion. He's falling dangerously low, and they decide to rotate a little too late. But
see, if I were Sion, I would go back mid. This second tier tower is gone. Go mid, do the 4v5.
He needs home guards. Oh, Hentai Kami-sama. Preemptively using that bandage toss. Not going to use the Curse of the Sad. This is just the weirdest siege ever. Red team's not going to be able to get in there, and Gragas already used his ultimate. Lulu's doing what she can in the bot lane, but if Amumu gets the jump onto somebody, it's going to be bad news bears for Team Kitchener.
Amumu's scared though. That's what's going on here.
Ooh, Mr. Modified getting a little bit too close. Kami-sama in the heat of the fight. Sion getting the back line. Jinx auto-attacking what she can. Sion taking too much damage. Atrial in the backline having a field day. Daigo gets the kill. Vayne flashes the shockwave from Oriana. This fight is as good as gone. Jinx gets the kill onto Gragas. but Gnar is at the front of the fight. Double kill going over to Vayne. Will she get the triple? Turns it around onto oh my god, triple kill for Jinx! She's going to continue the chase, but Gnar kind of discourages her from stepping any further. I did not expect that trade. Vayne went a little bit too ham and found out it was expired and pays the price as Jinx rockets her directly in the face. Oh my goodness, what a game.
Hungry,
oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's see what happened there. Let's try to get a replay on that.
Yeah, I'm going to get on that right away.
What we saw there was a desperate for a kill.
All right, let's get that. Let's jump right into things. Oh, sorry. So if we just slow things down a little bit, we can see that Sion just goes in. You see, he's having a party over here while the rest of the team is trying to chase Gragas, but he gets completely demolished at this point. Gnar gets a beautiful ultimate here, and Daigo gets the pickup onto Sion. As you can see, Vayne flashes the shockwave, but Jinx is untouched. Jinx is just untouched, having a field day, whereas, you know, the tanks are being completely obliterated by Vayne. Gnar gets pushed back into the turret, going to be taking a lot of damage. Jinx is still huge. The Zeke's pops, and she's able to turn it around. Look at the beautiful crit. Orianna turns it around, great shockwave, and this is where it all happens. Beautiful. Oh my god, that was like butter. That was like butter. And the rest is just history. I didn't think that would turn around, but the Zeke's came at a very, very crucial moment.
So Zeke's came as Janna died.
Yeah.
She was just alive long enough for the proc to be there.
Yeah.
Jinx with a 100% crit chance was just throwing rockets. Gragas was in her face all the time.
Yeah.
Could not do damage to her. And she just beat him up with that Bloodthirster, with that lifesteal. And, you know, she did that. We do have a pause, and so we're going to go back into game.
Wow.
As soon as that starts. Looks like they were going to set up for a dragon.
Let's
talk about that flash.
Let me tell you what's good here. You didn't focus the carry. No. I mean, Gnar and Gragas tried to weasel their way in, but...
Well, that was Sion in the backline. He ulted into Vayne.
What was really good there was the fact that Jinx and Orianna were able to walk in and walk out and just kind of play on each other, and as a result, they were able to get this beautiful kill onto Vayne and onto, I think it was... I think it was Lulu. I think it was Lulu that they picked up. Yeah.
And they got
It was amazing. And Sion did an excellent job of zoning them out completely and just taking all the damage. And then once Sion fell, he was still alive technically because of his passive. Amumu was able to hop, skip, jump his way into the fight. And overall, solid fight. The pause, we have unpaused as Team Kitchener prepares for Dragon.
We need to see that again. That is what blue team needs to do.
They are kind of
Jinx like that. She'll pay
oh, I see what they're doing. Are they gonna? Are they baiting this? No. Wait.
No. So they have the open inhibitor here, and that's what they're under pressure.
Yeah.
There's no way blue team can contest this dragon. They know it's secure.
The thing is, they have the vision. They have the vision. They know where Kitchener is walking. They know exactly what's happening. They're going to sacrifice this dragon, but they can't sacrifice the next because Kitchener's getting really close to 5 dragons. This was their third one. Ultimate just whiffs.
That was a wasted ultimate, I think. There was very little chance. You want to keep that ultimate for your team.
Yeah.
It's on a cooldown now.
Yeah.
You know, down for 50 seconds.
I think we're at a point in the game where Markham is capable of taking on this team. Before they weren't able to. Gnar and Vayne and Lulu were just way too big, and Gragas was all over the map. But now, as we can see here, we're prepping for a fight. Amumu gets in, beautiful ultimate. Shockwave gets so many people. Sion gets the back end, and Gnar tries to do what he can. Venstu falling dangerously low, but Atrial in the back line, able to pick up a kill. Jinx just having a field day, getting a double kill onto the enemy team, but Vayne joins the fight. She's got a GA. Will she be able to survive? The last 2 carries are remaining. It's a 3-for-1 exchange so far. Oh, but beautiful turnaround, and Choberghini's going to pay the price of walking a little bit too far. And overall, 3 for 2 exchange.
3 for 3, sorry.
3 for 3, yeah, wow. That went in favor 100%. Actually, no, it was even. Only the mid and the AD carrier left for both teams. However, Vayne was untouched, GA not pumped, and that's bad. That's really bad. They did get the shockwave, but Vayne was... Her positioning is impeccable this game because she's able to avoid these shockwaves, and while it looks like they're winning the fight, Vayne is always untouched, and she doesn't even need a Quicksilver Sash because her positioning is that good.
Yeah, definitely. What happened there was Mumu tried to go on to Vayne, and Mumu, you're not going to kill her. All she did was kite back with her Q.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the Randuins, he doesn't have a Frozen Heart like you mentioned earlier. And she just kind of walked around him and autoed him till he died.
Yeah. And
they went to chase on after he got the 3 kills.
Yep.
That was a beautiful Q from Lulu. She decimated that Scion.
I think what I love is that Scion was able to flank. He was able to position himself to get the back line, and it was a great great wombo. They got the Curse of the Sad Mummy. They got the Shockwave. Then they got the ultimate from Scion. It was really solid work. But they just, if you don't get the Vayne, then your plan doesn't really work. Because the goal here is to get the Vayne at the end of the day, or Lulu,
difference.
Yeah,
is what showed up there. That was executed perfectly by Blue Team. Because they're so behind in gold, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
They got kills on the tanks, but Lulu and Jinx got a win.
The thing is, as we get to later stages of the game, like I keep mentioning, the gold differential doesn't really matter as much. And especially with a team fight composition like Markham has, they're going to be able to... Oh, baby! Here's the TP, but he cancels it. I thought he was going to make something happen, but Markham is kind of dancing around, trying to bait.
I think he would have gotten destroyed if he went in there.
Trying to bait Kitchener into a fight, but they weren't able to get the call there. Lulu going to the bot lane to push out the wave that was pushing into the turret. They're going to be able to maybe turn this fight here. The ultimate goes off for Scion. They're going to get the pickup onto Thresh. He actually flashes over the wall. Scion misses the Q. That's going to be a good flash.
Yeah, but he doesn't have that fist damage, right? Which is alright. Works in favor of Blue Team.
The thing is,
what they're doing, they're pushing against a team with Baron.
Yeah.
Pretty ballsy. I think they've decided to want to.
This is a great way to time out the Baron. However, this is key for Kitchener to pick this fight right now. They need to fight, and if they don't, see, that's why Markham is disengaging, because they know that we got what we wanted. We got the turret. Let's back up and let's defend, because they have great defense. They have great wave clear from Orianna and Jinx. They're going to be able to, you know, just keep them at bay. And with all the ultimates available for Team Markham, they're going to be able to team fight just as good.
Well, I really hope to see
Gragas barrel.
Into this Vayne. That's what I'm.
Ooh, they're pushing in that inhibitor, and they didn't expect this call. The great rotation from Kitchener. Amumu's looking for something. Thresh gets poked out.
That's a lot of damage. Orion is really ahead in this.
What they need, what Markham needs to do is ward up a little bit. They're lacking a little bit of vision.
For sure.
And they can't get picked up, because I don't know who I was casting with, but there was a crazy death push. I think it was the last game that I casted with Crepo.
Crepe, at least?
Crepe. The Canadian-French Crepo. Crepe. And there was a great death push, and that's not something that you want to walk into, especially with this crucial game. Both of these guys, I think, are 1-1, and whoever wins this one kind of leads the group.
Yeah,
ooh,
sure.
This is it. This is the fight right here.
Vayne has used her flash. She's getting a lot of damage.
Oh, baby! He gets the Vayne! But the Shockwave is only going to get the support. Vayne going to pick up the kill onto Amumu. This is a crucial fight. Jinx focusing her attention to the Vayne, but she gets knocked away by the Gragas. Vensu in a little bit of trouble. Zombie Boy taking a little bit more, biting on a little bit more than he can chew. So far, 1-for-1 exchange support for Jungler. But the inhibitor does fall down. They're rotating towards that top lane. Not sure how much Baron is left. Ooh, Choberghini having to use his ultimate to get away there. This will be the third exposed inhibitor. Maybe Vayne will be able to take this one down. Gnuck doing what he can. TP used by Gnar. He's back up already. full HP, ready to tango. Vensu gets caught out by the body slam. Huge pickup by the Jinx, gets the kill onto the Gragas. Will this fend them off? No, it won't. 3 inhibitors is almost...
do not want to be here.
Yeah, it's the tell. It's the tell.
Flexing very, very hard. They nearly got the secondary.
Yeah.
One of the towers.
Let's actually take a look at that. Look at that play. As we can see here, great. You know, Amumu went in, but Jinx got knocked back by the Gragas, and the Shockwave got nobody, only the support. As a result, Vayne was able to get into the fight, pick up the main, you know, one of the main tanks. Sion just completely whiffs everything, and Gragas was the key here. He got Jinx. He got exactly what he needed to get. And as we fast forward here a little bit, Nar kind of...
Nar gets low, but he goes back.
Yeah.
He's right again.
They do the proper thing, and they rotate towards his top lane. Sion gets a little bit, you know, too low.
Ultimate's out of there.
Yeah.
That is not a man for Sion.
And I think at this point, this is where Nar TP's in. And they get this really, really good pickup onto Gragas, but the key thing here is the fact that all 3 inhibitors are exposed for Team Markham now, and that's just bad. That is where you don't want to be as a team. And this late into the game.
Dragon's gonna be up soon-ish. Could pick that up, get the 5 dragons, and just throw this game in for them.
Sipping on that potion 3-wheel motion. Team Kitchener is definitely in the right mindset as far as, you know, choosing the right objectives. I really want to know who the... Wow! Yo, that damage was fat. That was some healthy damage.
From Ori onto Jinx.
Wow.
Sorry, onto Vayne.
Orianna has been drinking some Red Bulls, giving her some wings. That damage was gnarly.
Can she put her team on those wings and carry them out of here? That is the question. They're doing a fairly good job of playing the waves with the Jinx Rockets, with Orianna, and waiting their time now.
I think this is the sequel to Bad News Bears, because this is not looking too hot for Team Markham. Their backs against the wall.
They're definitely trying though. That.
If you can't handle the heat, get out of the Kitchener.
I apologize to everyone that you have to deal with this. But yeah, looks like some aggression on
Markham definitely can't handle the heat, so Kitchener gonna be pushing in with no Baron needed, no 5th Dragon. But they're gonna go for that Baron anyways. Ooh, they actually lost the turret, the bottom tier turret. All
inhibitors respawning soon, so this is the time to do something.
Yeah. Oh, baby, here we go. Here's the fight that they need. They try to get the support, but Gragas gets into the back line, pops the Jinx. She's right there in the front. Lulu picks up Sion, but huge ultimate comes out from Amumu. Orianna getting sandwiched by 2 of the main bruisers, but the fight still continues. Hook whiffs Janna. Jinx doing wonders to the front line. Mr. Modified doing what he can. Amumu in a little bit of trouble, but they almost get the pickup onto Lulu. Is this the fight? Canucks in a little bit of trouble, but beautiful Monsoon, last second Monsoon, but it's not going to be enough. I think this is the end. Canucks doing what he can, getting the shutdown onto Lulu. Gonna get the double kill. Amumu doing what he can to buy whatever time that he can. But Jinx, oh, but great shockwave! This is still it. They can still get this done. Canucks gets the triple. Will he get the quadra? He gets the turnaround. He gets, but the game ends! Oh my god! That was so close. Oh my god, what a game. But
he autoed a minion at the end. That could have at least been a pentakill for Jinx. Wow, she tried so hard.
I'm looking at you, Kitchener. You went into the kitchen, you made me a spicy burrito, and you force-fed at me. Wow, Markham was really... Wow, what a game. Wow, wow. That was good.
That was savage. That's what it was. If we look at the damage dealt, they were really close, you know?
Wow.
There was a lot of damage off of Vayne, 46,000, but Jinx right behind her on 44,000. Orianna on 40,000 and Lulu on 30,000. They had the damage, but they couldn't deal with the Gragas.
I believed in the team fight. I really, really did, and they really had great fights. But I just think that there was a lack. There was a lack. It wasn't a misplay. There was some misplays, yeah, but I feel like there was small lack of focus. And I think Vensu was their top diamond player. He was the one that we were looking at. He was the key to the lockbox, but unfortunately, wrong key.
I think it all started from that top lane when he went top for 10 farm instead of going to help his team with Dragon.
We'll be right back with more League of Legends. Stay tuned for more action-packed games at Solo Queue Legends 3.